So here we are.
Moirai album number 3.
Yeah, new project. And we are very incredibly interested and excited about it. It's going to be great.
It's going to be great.
It's going to be great. Are we going to say the title?
I think we should.
Framed.
The Alice Wheeldon Story. It was a personal interest to me to look at the history of women in work and how we've got to where we are today. So for me, it had a very feminist theme.
For me, especially if I'm focusing on creating things, I need something very focused to actually do it. So I think we had a meeting and I remember saying, it's going to pop out. Whatever it is going to pop out and bite us on the bum. And then Sarah bit us on the bum.
Not literally. We began a conversation about getting the breadth and the scope of what we were looking at narrowed down a little bit. In the back of my mind, I knew that I had been handed a song and given this piece of advice about an amazing local story by Jeff Dayton, Belper, Chesterfield area singer-songwriter and folk music enthusiast. And he'd told me about this particular character, Alice Wheeldon, as a local important story to be told, and that nobody else had kind of looked into it. So that was in the back of my mind. And when we went searching for local suffragettes, people important in that history, in the Derby area, Alice's name popped up. And then we started to look at her dates and realised that this very year is the centenary of her passing. And we just felt like she was calling to us from beyond the grave.
The other amazing thing is, I mean, we've got two people who live in Derbyshire, one a lot longer than the other, and I've had an association with Derbyshire, but we were all rather shocked that we'd never heard, about this woman or her history really at all. Even when we started to move on it, every time we kind of got more bits of information, it was like, oh my God, have you seen this? Have you read this? Oh, look at this, And she's just a fascinating and I think very important person from this era 100 years ago.
Mm-hmm. So to get us started, we got some books to read. We did quite a lot of online research, didn't we?
Yeah, Wikipedia. I know from university days that it was, you've got to take everything with a pinch of salt, but we sort of rectified it with the book records, and it's provided a wealth of information that's led us on to different places. One of which was the Derby People's History Group, which I know Sarah had a lot of involvement with.
One of my tasks was to get in touch with Derby People's History Group and met some very nice people, actually, strangely, some of whom I knew already, who have a family connection directly to Alice Wheeldon. And it's lovely to have that link that is still somebody that remembers what went on and has the memories and some artifacts, in fact, that can give us more information about her life.
And additionally, my job, which I took on, was to contact Alice's living descendants, some of whom are in Australia, and we'll tell you more about those another time.
Have we said what the story's about?
Nope.
So,
Alice, are we going to give all that away?
Well, I think just a précis, perhaps, of the story. What do you think? Should we keep it for another time?
Yeah, there's part of me that thinks, we could that we drop seed things to you, lovely people, about what we're doing, rather than give the actual main thing away.
So you'll have to tune in another time when we'll, throughout this year we are writing and developing this project. Currently just coming out of a long period of research, still sort of in it for certain parts of the story.
Still doing some reading.
But the idea is that we will intermittently blog and vlog and talk about this on social media in different places so that you can keep up to date with what we're doing.
So what shall we say about her? She was a woman. She lived in Derby. She had children. Yeah. And
she was a very progressive thinker. Very ahead of her time, I think.
And sold second-hand clothes. Which,
in a shop in Derby, above which there is now a little plaque which says Alice Wheeldon on it.
If we've whet your interest, go and look up Alice Wheeldon and then we'll come back and tell you more.